How are we all doing? I've got my roadie grill on. I'm cooking a whole roast chicken, which I've just hung above the fire, and I charred some leeks, and I'm gonna make some kind of harissa cauliflower couscous to go with it, and maybe in a flatbread or something. I'm just kind of making it up as we go along. I've got a bit of a glass of wine on the go. We are parked up just on this hilltop, and in the background here you can maybe just see through the trees there's snow on the mountains, so it's quite a nice little spot this. And up there's a bit of a walkway, which we'll probably do tomorrow. But yeah, we had a nice day out in Annecy today. They call it the Venice of the Alps, and it definitely had that vibe to it, so all is good. We're just about to leave Annecy, and the snow's arrived, and if it's coming down heavy here, then it's going to be really heavy up the mountain, because we're about 700 meters here and Morzine's about 1100. So yeah, we're in for a sketchy drive, I think. Look, it's just started 10 minutes ago and it's already dumping it.
Packed some bags and we headed west. Thought that it might be the best thing for us. I was thinking about me and all the things that you'd leave behind. Family and a peace of mind that I got.
We are back to Morzine, and the snow has arrived, and it looks pretty, but to be honest, it doesn't feel it. Everything's quite cold and damp outside. It's quite a wet snow, and the roads are a bit slushy, so it's quite a dangerous roads to be on at the moment. We were doing a bit of slipping and sliding on the bends, but everything was all right. So I think the plan is to get inside the pod today and just stay warm and do some work, and come out for the occasional walk along the river. It's quite a nice area. And we're just parked up here. I think we're just going to stay here for the night because we're quite close to a road, so it should be ploughed, so we should be able to, well, continue driving tomorrow. And that's it.
I'm gonna love you till the stars go out.
So we are back in abundance. Today I finished my final French class. And I have to say my French has improved a little bit, not much. My confidence is better, but it hasn't got that much better. So I need to do a little bit more work on my own time, I think, to get it up to a decent enough standard. This place, a couple of people asked me about this. It's great. It's got it's an actual like air for camping. So for those of you with motorhomes or camper vans, the town invite you to come and stay here. And what you've got to see, there's a motorhome there, there's a water fill-up point, water draining point, toilet disposal area just there, which is handy. The sun, when it's out, comes just above these mountains and kind of will sit on you all afternoon if it's out. And also we find it to be a little bit more quiet than Morzine, and it just gives us a bit of space. There's a big field for Rupert to run around on, and it's just a good area. And if we look over this way, there's ski lifts just over there. So when the ski lifts are actually open at some point, maybe next year, this is a little place that you could park up and get the lift up. It's only a little small ski area, but it's pretty good for beginners. So a good area if you wanted to try skiing for the first time, I would say. It's quite a nice little quaint village. And just up there, there's pubs and restaurants, which would be quite nice. I'm just going to quickly show you our setup today, because this is a handy little tip that we find, particularly when the weather's hit and miss. It's dry right now, but I think we're going to get some more snow or maybe some rain this afternoon. So I've decided to park the camper van. I'll just show you now. Hang on, let me switch it around. We're backed right up to these kind of like picnic huts. So there's quite a few of these picnic huts that are dotted around on this field that you can park at, and they're great for winter because they give you an area to get shelter and to stay dry. And in the summer they provide good shade as well, and they're usually full of people having picnics. But what we've done is backed up the pod right up to the roof, so if it does rain later on, we can literally just jump in and out and stay dry. So yeah, that's our little setup for this afternoon. So time for a bit of lunch, and then we've got a little bit of work to get done, and then plan our week ahead and figure out what we're going to be doing. So we'll share with you in a bit what that might be. Catch you in a bit. It's 5:45, which means we have 15 minutes of outdoor recreational freedom before we're confined to the pod again. It's not a big problem. It's absolutely freezing outside, so going inside in the warmth isn't a bad thing. And I've got a 6-pack to keep me entertained, with Rupert and Steph, of course. But you know, sometimes you gotta make your own fun when you're on the road. But yeah, back to the pod.
Till the stars go out, shelter up above you till they all fall down. We ain't got a lot, we got love. We ain't got a lot, we got love. I said we ain't got a lot, we got love. We ain't got a lot, we got love.
On our little evening walk in Chapelle d'Abondance. We've got about 20 minutes before we need to get back in the pod, and then the curfew kicks in. This is a really nice spot. We've been coming here quite a lot because it's a little bit of a sun trap, and there's a nice flat area to go for long walks, and we're just on the border of Switzerland. Actually, the next village along is almost the drop-in area for Switzerland. So yeah, right on the edge. Anyway, we thought we'd go back to the pod and then give you guys an update as to where we're going next with ChefCampers, because we're taking a whole week to walk and discuss it amongst ourselves, and now I think we've figured it out. So it's good, it's exciting. Catch you in a bit. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Rupert.
We're back in the van now.
We're back.
It's nice and warm.
We're back in the van. We're nice and warm. Rupert's wrapped up and he's looking a bit confused by what's going on. Right, really straightforward approaches to what we're doing. So we had a couple of options, didn't we?
Yeah.
First option was to
stay here.
Stay in France. Apply to stay in France, which is it's quite a long-winded process. We'd have to commit to renting somewhere to have a fixed address for the application. We'd have to change our driving licenses to French driving licenses, and change the truck for a French vehicle. Yeah. So there's quite a lot involved with it, and what it meant basically was that we would be able to probably work quite easily in the summer and quite easily in the winter, maybe basing ourselves from the vehicle. But that necessarily would be about it. So we'd get to enjoy this area, would be close to Italy and other places like that, and living in the Alps is fantastic, but it does, you know, there's parts of it that are quite difficult, such as when the weather's bad and all that sort of stuff. And our other option was to maybe return to the UK, and yeah, it was tricky, wasn't it? It was staying in France. I think we would have maybe scaled back ChefCampers a little bit, and we might have not fizzle it out, but maybe
focus on us and living here.
Yeah, there would have been a focus on us living in France, and maybe we would have just not stopped Chef Campers, but I don't think it would have carried on in the way that we all know it.
But we didn't want to do that, did we? We want to carry on Chef Campers.
Yeah.
And make it work. And
yeah, but I don't think we wanted to just go with the flow anymore and just like, I don't know, take whatever road comes along. We wanted to be a bit more structured with the future going forward. So our plans are to come back to the UK, and we're only going to come, we said we're only going to go back to the UK if we commit to making Chef Campers work for us as a, you know, as husband and wife and Rupert and our family, and to almost put everything we've got into it, and to hopefully use Chef Campers in the UK as almost a base for us to be able to do a cookery school and to have somewhere where we can create regular content, regular recipes, maybe write a recipe book, expand a web shop, and then that would give us flexibility by working for ourselves to be able to choose as and when we go away. And I think we've said like we want to try and commit to big trips now, going forward.
Trips.
So basically go back to the UK, create a Chef Camper HQ where we can do lots of cool stuff, hopefully get some of you guys over there to experience cooking around the fire with us. And then when we're not doing that in the UK, we're not doing the festival scenes, turning up and doing our cookery demos and shows and stuff, then we can work towards
some travel.
Yeah, big travel trips. So looking beyond maybe Europe and all of that sort of stuff. So maybe not floating around Europe anymore, maybe looking beyond that, and who knows where that might be. I know we've got ambitions for America and maybe Morocco, and go East Turkey, maybe into Mongolia. Who knows? We don't really know. We'll plan this all out. But what we really want to do now is make the best of the situation we're in, which is the restriction on travel, the restriction on travel times for Schengen, and create something that works for us, and create something that hopefully produces something better than what we've done before, and almost, I don't know, turn Chef Campers into a business that can maybe keep us on the road but give more back than what we do at the moment. What do you reckon?
We can try.
We can try?
We can try.
That's all we can do. We can try, and what's the worst that could go wrong? So yeah, we're coming back to the UK. We're going to book our tickets soon. We have to plan it all. There's quite a lot to get done because we've got to get Rupert to the vets. We've got to go for tests.
COVID tests.
We do need COVID tests before we depart, and we also need COVID tests on day 2 and day 8 during our 10-day quarantine, which is about 400 quid. And then we're going to pick up some work. I think we're going to go back to the hangar, Camper Van Culture, Jed, Lou, Isaac, and yeah, bounce off some ideas with them for what we've got planned in the future, and almost start creating now
the HQ.
The HQ for Chef Campers, which is going to be the hub for cookery content, cookery recipes, cookery schools, a place to keep all of our cookery equipment for when we do demo shows.
And probably beer.
Lots of beer, and maybe French wine as well, because we're not going to go without that for too long. And then we can leave all of our stuff, just pack what we need, and then go on extended trips, maybe 4, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, who knows, whatever we can save up and afford. But yeah, some big trips. So that's what we've got planned. So we hope that you guys are excited about that. I know my family will be, and my friends will be, and
family will be.
Hopefully when this COVID thing's all over, then having a HQ that people can come along to and enjoy a supper around the campfire, or a banquet in the woods, or watching the demos at the festivals. Hopefully that means we can get everyone else a bit more involved too, and that's what we want to do, isn't it? Right, so there we are. We will see you soon, Blighty. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.